let's do the first ground rules, because I have a few ground rules when I'm on stage. Number one, you guys are paid to come here. That's your problem, not mine. I could be as terrible as I could possibly be, you've already lost your fucking money. But the second thing is, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do some jokes today. Now, if those jokes offend you or upset you, it is not acceptable to come up here and slap me. Do the proper thing and wait till I'm off the stage and slap me like the civilian I am. Also, I need to be fully truthful. I'm not feeling great at the moment. Like, I'm sweating loads. I've got shortness of breath, and like my throat's swelling up, and I'm coughing loads. Oh no, not right now. No, I don't want to scare you. Not right now. It usually happens when I'm at the petrol station filling up the car with petrol. I think I might have the car owner virus. And we're off! Come on, we're all here to have a good time. You need to get put in early, don't you? Now, for those that didn't hear my name or were too embarrassed to ask how to pronounce it, my name is Amapal Singh, and I suffer from a really low self-esteem. Everyone else with low self-esteem? Don't shout or put your hand up, you're only drawing attention to yourself. Be careful, there's lots of extroverts out there, we need to be on our guard. We're an ally. If no one realised, I am the norm act. At least I hope I am. I hope I'm not the ethnic quota. I do like the Tom and Andy are laughing because they're like, shit. Like I said, I do have low self-esteem. I have loads of inadequacy issues. Like, generally, this is a true fact right now. I'm here to educate as well as make you laugh. Did you know dogs can learn up to 164 words in any language? And I can't speak a single word of dog. The shits, Wilkie shits. But I started therapy recently, and that is the biggest scam of all time. So I pay someone £60 an hour for me to sit down and tell them I'm a twat. But I can come here and get paid to do it. So thank you very much for being my collective therapist right now. I'll be honest, like, I've actually made tell from my skin tone, I'm from Bradford. You know what I love about that joke? That gets the biggest laugh in the whitest audience. Nothing else to say. It generally gets the biggest laugh in the whitest audience. Like, oh shit, he's from Bradford, look at him. To be fair, when I'm on stage, and even when I'm off stage, I get it a lot. A lot of people go, oh, you're always mentioning your race. Oh, you always mention the fact you're Asian. You're always playing the race card. But it's not my fault. As a collective white audience, it is actually your fault. Because thanks to you, I've been pre-approved for every race card this country has to offer. But you know what? Okay, we're in Wharf Chambers. One of my favourite bars of all time, just for the fact it's so accepting and it's so liberal. There's many people who have had issues with coming out with their sexuality, coming out with their gender identity, and me personally with my race. Like, we all have our own personal battles, and it's really difficult. And the one I found, I've honestly had it since I probably hit puberty, but the major issue I have as an Asian man in this country is how much beard hair I can have before people start looking at me a little differently. So at the moment, I've settled on the Ali G. A little thicker, it becomes the Al-Qaeda. And that's when people are like, I think I'll move to this side of the aisle. But being Asian comes with loads of different stereotypes. A lot of stereotypes are put from Asians themselves. I've worn a watch specifically today. And Andy and Tom will know, I usually go over my allotted time because I am Indian, and we have Indian time. Now, does anyone in the audience know about Indian time? Of course you won't, you're all white. Indian time is a very famous thing. It's where you'll be asked to go to a party at 12 o'clock, and that is a suggestion, not a recommendation. And it generally happened on my wedding day. I asked for my family to come for 12 o'clock, and they arrived at the divorce proceedings. honestly, race is very difficult, and I, with our current government, I do struggle quite a lot. And as soon as Priti Patel came in charge, I was like, right, so I've been born in this country, I'm a British citizen, I speak English, I have a job, I'm probably going to get deported soon. So I did the only sensible thing possible, I married a white woman. Priti didn't think of that, did she? But here's the problem, me and the white woman, we had a baby, and I thought, I'm going to have one of those beautiful caramel babies they have on adverts. You all don't laugh there, you all, because that's a nervous joke. We all know those beautiful caramel babies, and every white person's like, oh, I'd get one of those. I think I saw one in the middle aisle of Aldi once, but I thought, oh, I'll get it next week. But here's the problem, when the baby came out, it was slightly undercooked. So I got a lovely little white baby, which I generally love, she is amazing. But the difficulty you have is when I go to soft play in like the posh parts of Leeds and Wakefield, there are some, I will say there are some posh parts of Wakefield, and all the Karens who are there with their Edgars and their Samanthas see an Asian man running after a very small white child screaming. They think a hate crime's happening and they're arriving on Look North the next day. But it's absolutely fine. Like, after the police come and after I'm in handcuffs, we all have a laugh about it. It's brilliant. But honestly, I've already worked out, like, I was like, there's something I need to do to sort this situation. So what I do is I carry a picture of it in my pocket so I can show proof of purchase. I'm like, officers, if you could just allow me to move to my wallet right now, I do have a receipt for the child. Now, I do have a child. Do we have any parents in the room? How old's yours?
I've got two. I've got a little one that's 4 and a little girl that's 6.
4 and 6, that's a bit tough, isn't it? I've got 4. You know, I'm going to test something right now. So we have some parents in the audience, and I'm a parent as well. I'm going to say a line that either gets an ooh, silence, or a laugh. And this is this line. I have a 4-year-old, she's a cunt. The parents always laugh. They're like, oh shit, I'm not the only one. And the single people with no children are like, yes! No cunts for me. But generally, she's an absolute cunt. She's too clever for her own good. And she did something recently. She basically came up to me. I had a really hard day. I was absolutely shattered. And she just put a sticker on my chest. And I looked down at the sticker and it said, well done, with a big star. And I went to her, darling, why did you give me that sticker? And she went, I gave you that sticker, Daddy, because you're my dad. Aww. The bare fucking minimum. I put a roof over her head, I buy her clothes, I buy her crayons that she'll lose within 5 minutes, but apparently the fact I came in her mum means I did a very good job. But the worst thing she did is, are we pretty much a Yorkshire crowd here? There we go. So what you do when you're a Yorkshire parent and you want to show off a little bit is go, I'm going to take them to the seaside. I'm not taking the Blackpool, I'm not taking the Skeggy, I'm going to take them to Whitby. If you're going to show off, you're like, oh yeah, I took my kids up to Whitby, didn't I? Extra food prices got all the way up there. So I took her to Whitby and I was like, I'm a modern guy, I have my contactless phone, and I was like, oh, petrol, pay contactless, Coke, pay contactless, Red Bull, I'm going to fucking need it if I'm taking a toddler to Whitby. And so I took her all the way there, and then I basically get there and I need a piss. So I go to the toilets, and bear in mind it's Whitby, it is coin operated. I will criticise my child right now. No one's going to shut my microphone off. So I get there, it's coin operated. And I'm like, fuck, I don't have any change whatsoever. And my little 4-year-old walks up to me with a little coin purse that we bought her. £5 fucking pounds, by the way. It's £1 out of it and gives it to me. He goes, there you go, Daddy. You can have a poo. And I looked at her and went, I've got a good job, I've got a pension, I've got a car, the pretty much middleman family, yet my bowel movements are dictated by a toddler. But that's not how I got it back. Every parent will know this. At the start of every outing, you go, if you're good, I'll get you a treat at the end of the day. Was she good? Was she fuck? But you still have to get them a treat at the end of the day because you promised them. So I took them to the shop, and I'm trying to be the modern middle-class man. I was like, darling, I'm taking you to a shop with wooden toys. Look at all these wooden toys. I used to have them when I was a child. Look how amazing they are. Did she want any of them? Did she fuck? She went to the first unicorn poo in a plastic wrapper and went, I want this, Daddy. I was like, oh no, darling. That would be terrible for the environment. She bawled her eyes out. Now, I want to paint a picture for you right now. You think the Karens were angry at me chasing a child around a soft play? Imagine an Asian man pulling a white child as she's screaming. Shit was getting tense. So I slammed it on the counter, the toy, not the child. And I paid for it, and immediately her tears disappeared, and she skipped out of the store. Michael McIntyre style. And I had gritted teeth, and I went down to her level, and I just went, those tears disappeared, darling, didn't they? As soon as I gave you the toy. And without missing a beat, she just went, Daddy, the tears magically went away, and skipped down the road. Because apparently, I didn't have a child, I gave birth to a drag queen.